Hello, aspirants and viewers of my channel. Today, we are going to discuss another very important topic, that is federation or the federal state. This is very important topic, and if you did not subscribe my channel till now, please subscribe it to get maximum videos regarding to different concepts. You know that every state administratively has to be divide its all territory into some small units, into some small subordinate units or provinces or states. So this division is very necessary for administrative point of view. So if the central government or the center or the wafaq constitutionally gives maximum powers of self-governing partially to these small units, this setup is to be known as federation. And if these powers are not permanently or constitutionally are given to these some subordinate units, and just powers are being delegated and may return shortly without constitutional amendments, this setup may be known as unitary setup. So J.S. Mills says that federation is a mean to accommodate diversity and promote liberty. These two causes may be to adopt this, that is to manage the diversity within that territory and to give maximum liberal rights to its subject or the citizens. Federation is a union of partially self-governing subordinate units, and these subordinate units may be known with different names in different states, like provinces, like states, like regions as well. So the main thing is allocation or distribution of power by the center for these small units constitutionally and permanently. And if this is being happening due to any reason, in next part of the video we will discuss also the reasons behind federation, then this setup is to be known as federation. So federal state basically is an entity characterized by a union of self-governing small territories. As we have discussed that administratively every state has to divide its all area into different small territories. So these small territories, if are getting maximum self-governing powers constitutionally, then that state is to be known as federal state. So here are two more important things. The first one is center, and the second one is these small subordinate units with different names. So federation is a mean to achieve perpetual peace among nations. Kant said so. So peace to accommodate diversity and long-term peace, to achieve peace, may be the cause behind federation. So J.J. Rousseau also focused importance of federation with reference to the concept of general will among cities in different entities and centers. Rousseau is convinced that maximum basic fundamental rights are to be given and general will is to be preferred. So general will is to be preferred. That's why Rousseau to somehow is also considering this federation a good sign for a state. So if we talk about different federal states of the world, then we have a few names to mention here, like Pakistan, like United States of America, like Germany, Brazil, Mexico, Australia, Canada, South Africa, and Nigeria, etc. These are a few states, and except these, many other states are also in this world which are to be known as federal state, as they are adopting this method, and the center of these states is giving permanent powers to its subordinate units constitutionally for their self-governance. So this is a good model. It has some benefits or advantages. It may have some disadvantages as well. In the next portion of the video we are going to learn, and once again I want to remember you all, please subscribe my this channel and listen this video till end to clear your concept properly about federation, which is very important in political science as well. So here we are discussing about a federal state, and at the same time we have to discuss there is another model in which permanently constitutionally these powers are not being given or distributed by the center to subordinate unit. That model is to be known as unitary state. And in this world, Japan, United Kingdom, France, China, Sweden, Greece, Italy, etc. are many other states are existing which adopt unitary system and are to be known as unitary state. So unitary state basically a state where only central authority has powers to rule territory. All the powers are centralized, and the Wafaq, the central government, is the only government who has all the authority and power, and powers are delegated to subordinate units which can be returned at any time shortly without constitutional amendments, because these powers are not delegated by center to subordinate unit permanently or constitutionally. So in unitary system, uniformity of policies exist accordingly, because central government, a single government, is working for the whole state. So that central or federal government, that single government adopts a single method of policies for all its territory. So in federation, power is divided under constitution between center and subordinate units, as we have earlier discussed, and these distributed powers cannot be returned shortly by center, because these powers are given permanently constitutionally. For the return, these powers, reforms or amendments in the constitution will be required. Hopefully you are understanding this very important concept, that is federation. We are trying to distinguish between federation and unitary state, and when you are studying about the political system of any state, then you have to distinguish, you have to mention either that state is a federal state or unitary state, and why that is a federal state or unitary state, and is that state in benefit by adopting that model or not. And we are also mentioning the name of many unitary states as well as many federal states. So both theories, both setups are being adopted by different states in the world presently even. So it depends upon the state, and either that state will be a federal state or unitary state that will be mentioned or written in the constitution. So different regions, small regions, territories, states or provinces normally established their own assemblies as well to decide their matters, because center distributed permanently constitutionally some powers to these small units, so they have their own fund, they have to decide about that territory by their own. So normally provincial assemblies or state level assemblies are to be established as well to decide. So most important thing is no subordinate unit under the federation, not under the confederation, has right, power or sovereign authority to leave that union or federation or withdraw from that union. They must have to live within that union. This power is not being granted, even having all the liberty and others. So these small territories or regions are not to be considered fully sovereign states or units, because this sovereign right is not given to even these small units to leave that union of federation as well. Different departments even are to be kept in the hands of center, like foreign affairs, defense, currency issuance, signing international treaties, declare war and peace, and federal institutions. So these normally departments, institutions, affairs, powers are remained in the hands of center and not given constitutionally or without constitution, in both methods, either the unitary state or federal state, to the subordinate units, and center utilize and has these powers permanently. So, if we talk about the reasons of federation, there are many reasons for which the states adopt this methodology or this practice, but the main reasons are large area of a state. It may be a reason, but not be considered as permanently a reason, but it may be administratively. If there is a huge area and center want to divide that area and give some permanent powers to that area and wants the government of that area, so that may be a reason or cause. Second one, history and background may be another cause, structural requirements may be another cause, and multi-ethnicity, that is the most important reason behind federation may be. So if under a single union or within a state, there are many nations, there are many ethnic or cultural diversities. To accommodate those, the best model will be then federation. So that may be a reason. Language and culture, which linked with ethnicity definitely, and multi-nations. So these are maybe a few reasons behind federation for which the states adopt this practice that is to be known as federation. But it is not compulsory that due to these reasons a state must have to adopt the model of federation. There are many states which are unitary state, even having a long area, even having different nations within the under the umbrella of unit, and different languages, different culture, different nations, different diversities. But in spite of all that, they are unitary states, and there are many states they are federation state. But the state will be a unitary state or federal state. It will mention in constitution. Constitutionally, this is to be decided. Means to say, if you want to know about a state, either that is a federal state or unitary state, you have to evaluate the constitution of that state. And if we talk about the advantages of federation, the first and the most important advantage which is to be mentioned, that is political stability, because every small unit is being managed and is being giving the funds and is being giving the rights to rule over that territory, that small territory, by the government of their own. So normally it is to be considered as then there will be political stability. The second important advantage is to be known as economic efficiency, because they have limited economic funds from the center and they have to generate their own funds as well, and they have to invest at their own territory within their own small unit. So economic efficiency may be a benefit. Then innovation in policies, because there is a competition among different small units within a state, and every state tries to introduce different projects, different policies, different to welfare the people or the subject to get their political payback. Normally in democracies, so this may be a benefit or advantage. So competition among units for better service delivery remains there, and political participation also maximized due to this federation, which is another important benefit. And democratic values, this is another important benefit of federation. So these are a few benefits of federation which to be mentioned. If we talk about the disadvantages of this federation, then the most important disadvantage is the loss of authority. Center has to permanently distribute its powers to small territories, some sovereign powers to small territories. So central government have short powers, and subordinate units are given permanent powers. Difficulty in decision making is another issue in federation, because every small unit is a sovereign unit and has powers constitutionally. So for a national policy or national cause, maybe in decision making there will be some difficulties for the center to manage, because ethnicity to somehow tackled but at the same time maybe increased. This is another important thing to be mentioned. Then social diversity, inequality, because funds are to be allotted to different small units as per their population, so as per their requirements, as per their revenue to the center, and there are many other parameters as well. So you have to see inequality in different subordinate units. This is another disadvantage of federation. No uniformity in national policy, because every small unit is adopting its own policies by the approval of their own legislature, so it will be a disadvantage. And issues among these subordinate units as well as issues between subordinate units and centers may be noticed due to this federation, because subordinate units always try to maximize their resources and to fight for their benefits and funds for their people. So like that, some conflicts may be observed, and that is to be considered as a disadvantage in federation. But at the same time, it has many reasons to adopting federation. It has many benefits, it has many advantages. Take care. Thank you.